Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be going through my physical TBR. So if you saw my 2025 reading goals video, you'll know that my big reading goal for this year is to get through my physical TBR. So I have about 30 to 40 books on there right now, and this is the year that I'm going to read all of them. I have quite a few that have been lingering for many years and quite a few that are pretty new, so I'm moving towards e-reading and I really want to kind of read through my physical books because they're just a hassle to have, but also someone else is going to enjoy them a lot more than I will. So my plan is to read through them and then unhaul them. Obviously I'll keep some favourites if I really feel I need to keep them, but I'm going to challenge myself to try and get rid of all of them. And I thought, what better way to do that than to make a series on my channel. So my rule is every single video I upload has to have a physical TBR book in it, at least one, until I've read all of them. So I think this will be kind of a fun challenge and it'll force me to actually read my physical TBR instead of getting distracted by fun new releases and all that stuff. So this is the first episode. I thought it'd be quite fun to walk you guys through my physical TBR so you can kind of see what's on there and yeah, get a little glimpse of what's to come. Full disclosure, I have had to re-record the intro and the conclusion for this video, so just pretend that it's the same day in the same place and it's not jarring. And then the other thing is, for a lot of these books, I do not know the synopsis. I don't like knowing the plots and the synopses of most books. I like going in blind, but especially thrillers, mysteries, I think I get a lot more out of them. So I apologise because that's kind of a bit annoying for you guys when I'm going through all these books, but they're all going to be in these videos. So if you're interested in them, you'll hear more about them and hear my thoughts in the video. So let's get into going through all the books. The first book on my TBR is Mindhunter by John Douglas and Mark Olshaker. This is like going through the kind of start of the BAU, Behavioural Analysis Unit, and in the FBI. If you watch Criminal Minds, this is like, you know, the story behind that. So this has been on my TBR for ages. I'm like a decent way through it, 100 pages in, but I read it like 4 years ago, so I don't remember. So that's on there. The next book is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I also have, Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, which I've heard very good. I'm really excited for this, apparently, and I think this became a TV show. It's supposed to be very good. I read Gone Girl a year or two ago, and I really enjoyed that. And then I was at like a library book sale, and I picked these two up. God knows why, because I wasn't intending to read any more of them. But here we go. The next one is The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. I think this is like a Mr. Hyde and Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, Jekyll and Mr. Hyde retelling about like the daughter. It's a trilogy. I'm really excited for this actually. I picked this up also at a secondhand bookstore last year, 2 years ago, and I've been meaning to get to it, so I'm excited for that. This is the Sherlock Holmes Companion. It's a really nice book. I started reading it kind of as I went along, but it has pictures, and for each of his tales it kind of gives you a summary, tells you a little bit about what went into it, and like the real world kind of tie-ins. So I'm loving this. I'm about halfway through the Sherlock Holmes universe at the moment, so I'm going to keep this until I finish that, and then I'm going to read it, and then it'll probably get on hold, to be honest, because I'm not sure I would reread it, but we'll see. The next book on my TBR is Lucy Foley's The Guest List. This is like, I think, kind of locked room mystery. Everyone's gone to a wedding on an island, people start dying. I'm very excited for that. I read The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley, and I really enjoyed that, but I think this one, I'm high hopes for this one, because it's like, I'm so excited about the setting. The next book is The Personal Librarian by Mary Benedict and Victoria Christopher Murray. I am excited for this. I can't remember what it's about, to be honest. It's just like, it's a bit historical. I've been like kind of tempted to read this for a while, and I saw it at a secondhand bookstore, so I picked it up, but it's pretty. Yes. This is Stormwatch by CJ Box. I got this at the same sale as some of these, and this I bought because I confused the author with CJ Tudor. I was looking forward to reading some of CJ Tudor's thrillers. I read one of his thrillers last year. It was one of my favourite books last year, and yeah, I saw this, I was excited, I got the wrong name. Now I can't get rid of it. Like, that's the level we're talking about, people, that I can't unhaul this. The reason I'm still going to read it is because it's about a Wyoming game warden, and I used to live in Wyoming. Do I like books set in Wyoming? No. Am I like a Western kind of gal? No. But I'm excited because, for some reason, because it mentions Wyoming, and as we know, Wyoming doesn't exist, so it was exciting. I mean, it's also a nice floppy paperback, but that's not enough of a reason to read these, so you see why my physical TBR is so long. The next one is People Will Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Just a bog standard romance. I don't know why I bought this, to be honest. I hemmed and hawed about getting it at this secondhand bookstore. I don't really like romances. I want to like them, but I never really enjoy them. I usually listen to them on audiobook, and that's like the only semblance of hope I have to actually enjoying it. So I don't know why I got this, but she's here now. This is The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. I actually think I have the second book in the series on my Kindle as well. This is like a Jane Austen retelling. I've been trying to wait until I've read some of Jane Austen's work to to read this, and her books are on my TBR for this year, so maybe that'll happen, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. The next one is The Marlowe Murder Club by Robert Thurgood. This is a very similar book to The Thursday Murder Club. It's like about an old woman who sees someone like fall in the Thames, I think, and then she and her friends are like trying to figure out what's going on, and it turns into an investigation. I loved The Thursday Murder Club, and I was excited about it. I'm trying not to like go into the whole hype of, you know, reading every single book that's come out about senior citizens solving crimes in England, but this one I'm quite excited about. The next one on my TBR is The Bullet That Missed by Richard Osman. This is the third in the Thursday Murder Club series, where we're following 4 senior citizens who are in a retirement village. They had this like Thursday Murder Club where they go through cold cases, and then a real one pops on their doorstep. So they are always like 6-star reads for me. They're amazing books. The mysteries are good, the characters are so much fun, so I really enjoyed the first 2 in the series, and yeah, the third one. I have the fourth one as well, but I'm not going to put that in here because obviously I need to read the first one first, but yeah. The next one is Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. I've read a couple of other things from her. My dad loves her and gave me this, so we shall see. Although I've just seen how small the font is, so this might be a Kindle read, but there she is. This is Cobble Hill by Cicely von Ziegesar. This is like a New York City kind of just like a contemporary from the author of Gossip Girl. I loved the series, so yeah, I saw it at a secondhand bookstore. It's pretty. I picked it up. You see my problem. Next is Secretariat by William Knack. It's about a racehorse. Seabiscuit by Lauren Hildenbrand, also a racehorse. They've been on my TBR forever. So this is like my horsey book section, so those need to get read. The Horse Whisperer by Nicholas Evans, a classic horse book I have not read yet. The next one is House of Gucci by Sarah Gay Forden. This has been like my mum's book that she gave me ages ago, and I tried to read it and it was a little too boring, but I'm going to give it another go because I'm trying to read more non-fiction and different stuff this year, so we'll give that a go. Next is The Radium Girls by Kate Moore. This is about the women, I think in like the war, one of the wars, and they were painting the glow-in-the-dark feature onto pocket watches, and they were licking the brushes to get the like tip pointy, I guess, whatever it is, precise, and it had radium on it, so they all got sick, and there was like this big cover-up, and I think it has to do with like how people push women's, you know, issues aside and stuff, so I'm looking forward to learning more about that as well. Okay, this side is done. I say there's like 3 giant stacks. So next I have 3 Lisa Jewell books. I have Then She Was Gone, The Family Remains, which I read the first one for because I didn't realise the second of the series. I'm excited for this one because that was a very good book, and that was like my first Lisa Jewell, so I'm looking forward to getting into these. And then the last one is The Invisible Girl. Next is Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I loved the Throne of Glass series, I put it up there, and I loved ACOTAR. I read both of them as they came out. I was super like into that. I've been like apprehensive about this because it's an urban fantasy, whereas those are like, you know, proper fantasies, high fantasy, that's the one I'm looking for. But I'm looking forward to this because I was also waiting for more in the series to come out because I heard that the second one, which I have, left off on a big cliffhanger. So the third one's out now. They are ginormous books. 800 pages, but I'm looking forward to this. Again, we'll see if I read it physically, because this is just not pleasant. And that's why they might get on hold, because they're not... I like the covers, but I might try and get them in paperback or something, I don't know. But she's on there. I have the second one, but obviously I need to read this one first. A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. This, I think it's like an ACOTAR type of book. I think that's why I got it. I've had this for a decent amount of time. This is like a Beauty and the Beast fantasy retelling. I'm pretty sure it's YA, so I'm not going to love it probably, because I've kind of realised I've outgrown a lot of YA. But we'll see. Next we have Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin and Fire and Blood. These I'm like apprehensive to read. I watched the show, I loved the show, but I was apprehensive to read them because, if you don't know, he is getting up there, poor Mr. Martin. He's an older man. And it's been like 10 plus years since the last book was released, and there's 3 more or 2 more in the series. And I hate incomplete series, so we'll see. He did read this prequel, and this is what started this, because I saw this at Target, and oh, that's such a good floppy paperback. Like this is a, yeah, this is nearly a 700-page book. That's very pleasant to read, you know, physically. So if I can get Crescent City in this level of paperback, I'd be very happy. So I have that one, and then I have Game of Thrones, because I wanted to start getting them. And this is also pretty floppy. They don't really match, and this one's not as nice. This is like a shiny cover, and this is matte. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Next I have The Brothers of Baker Street by Michael Robertson. This I also bought in the second-hand bookshop. Classic. Also was the second in the series and didn't realise. So I read the first one in my Sherlock Holmes retelling video, and here's the second one. So the last one is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I'm excited for this. It's also got picked up in that sale, and it's like about, I don't know, a magical school. It's a really pretty edition though. It has like these navy sprayed edges, which I think this might be the first book I've had with sprayed edges. And then the inside, oh, the front's got like a pretty little thing on it, but the inside is so pretty. Ooh. Oh, it's an Illumicrate copy. I see, there's a note from the author. That makes sense, because she is stunning. But yes, I'm excited for this. Alright, that is all my physical TBR books. I hope you guys enjoyed kind of going through them with me and getting a little sneak peek into what I'm going to be reading this year and what's to come. If you did, hit subscribe and you can come join me when I actually read them. You'll get my full review and of course the synopses, which is always helpful. And leave me a comment below letting me know how many books are on your physical TBR and if this is kind of an issue for you to try and get through them or if it's not even something you think about. Thanks guys, I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye!